civilization, and a new consciousness need a new wisdom. We must embrace this new wisdom now. I would say that this wisdom, the essence of this wisdom, is the acceptance in theory and practice of the co-equality of all forms of life, human beings, sentient beings, and nature. This co-equality will bring a fundamental pillar of the ethics and the eco-morality within the World Growth Forum for the future. This demands a complete change in narrative and social grammar for the future. In addition, today, we need to push the limits of politics to better manage the global commons. Here, the private sector plays a very fundamental role. Global governance today is weak or non-existent, demanding a real reform of the United Nations systems and the Bretton Woods institution. The new governance must ensure a high-quality growth, development, and transformation for all forms of life. This will make possible a new eco-planetary democracy where terms and practices about economics will bring together eco-efficiency, eco-competitiveness, and eco-accounting. This eco-democracy must empower all citizens around the world through their grassroots movement and institution. And we need to move to another form of economics, which I call today care economics. If I can sum up what I have said until this moment, I would say that an ecological civilization is the only destiny for humanity. We do not need to destroy nature to do human good, which is the clash between natural law and human laws. It is the relation between nature and human consciousness which will determine the future of the human race. To talk about peace, love, compassion, wisdom, as I have done today, is not an esoteric proposition, as they are linked to the foundation and the jurisprudence of rights and responsibility. We need an enlightened way to experience reality. Otherwise, we will not take full responsibility for our actions and outcome. Those civilizations that only have human focus have failed, and we know it through human history. But I am optimistic, very optimistic, because I feel that a great civilizational change is taking place today. But this path, this transition, needs to bring into decision-making, into policy and investment decision-making, some very important eco-spiritual principles. The first one is the totality of life, in which all forms of life have inherent rights, not only human life. That we live in a world of total interdependence. We cannot do anything as an isolated island. We have to work together. We have to take care of the planet together. We must also take care of creation. We receive the planet in quantity and quality at a certain level, and we don't have the right to transfer this planet to future generations at a lower level of welfare. We do not own the planet. We might have property over some aspect of the planet, but we have the responsibility of all that exists here today. This is the only way that will respect the rights of future generations. Today, nobody has the right to destroy, not even their own private property elements of nature, humanity, and spirit. That is why I think it's so important for us today to go deep into a reflection where, if these principles are adopted, a new policy decision-making, a new debate about growth, development, sustainable development, and human welfare will come up all around the world. One of the policies is to avoid unacceptable forms of theft through unnecessary overexploitation of nature. We have to let countries to move from just market design and government-led to another form of economic and social system to implement care economics. Today, I'd like to end this presentation with just a few thoughts. First of all, as you might already understood from me, I am not suggesting a purely nature-centered paradigm. An ecological civilization is not totally founded on a nature-centered approach. Thus, the dilemma that we see today in the world that is expressed as choosing between human-centered and nature-centered approach is a false dilemma. This has to change. Our great mistake has been to separate nature and human laws from a spiritual law. We must go beyond environmental capitalism. The debate presented here is not just an economic problem. It is also an ethical and moral problem. The greatest step that will enable us, this three system of law for this future ecological civilization to operate, is to have in every constitution of the world the right to nature. To deny the right to nature is tantamount of validating irresponsible ecological behavior and environmental behavior. This is having and will have a tremendous impact, negative impact on economic growth and development. The future rests on love and mutuality. In my experience, if we do not love nature, we are incapable of loving other human beings. Mutuality and the communion with all forms of life are the fundamental scaffold for true global justice in all its dimensions. Justice must work for all forms of life. A new path demands a new consciousness. The issue is not to know more or to have more. The real issue today for humanity is to be and to become more. Thank you very, very much.